to Stars Hollow, or I should say, Washington Depot. So Stars Hollow is a fictional town based in Connecticut in the show Gilmore Girls, and it's based on this town here, Washington Depot. It's also based on New Milford in Litchfield, Connecticut. Luke's Diner is really Marty's Cafe. Autumn is the perfect time to visit this small town. I always love popping into the Hickory Stick bookshop. As you might recall if you've seen my other videos, I actually work next door to the Hickory Stick, and I get to visit this town all the time. But it's very well known among the tourists for Gilmore Girls. On a beautiful autumn day, I had the opportunity to take a few extra hours off of work and play a little hooky with some friends of mine in town. Up the hill in town is where you will find the Washington Village Center. The depot is down the hill, but at top there is a beautiful church, the Gun Memorial Library, the Frederick Gun School, and the Poe Cafe. We started our adventure with some hot apple cider and some sandwiches from the Poe. Then we drove right down the road to the Mayflower Inn, which is the Stars Hollow Inn if you watch Gilmore Girls. This is what it's based on. Our final destination of the day was Maple Bank Farm, which has been a family-run farm for 294 years. Yes, Connecticut and New England have some really beautiful old family farms that are still open to the public and family-run. On weekends in autumn, you can visit the farm to pick your own apples, and during the week, the farm stand is still open to buy all sorts of beautiful and delicious farm goods. I brought back a whole bag of apples to make an apple pie at home. of October. And I still have roses coming up. I still have tomatoes coming up. There's still strawberries coming up. This did freeze a little last night, but they seem to be doing okay. All right, I was afraid they got a little frosted. Home just in time for the sunset too. I just got home from work in time to see the sunset, and it makes me so sad that the sun is setting earlier and earlier. But thank heavens I made it home in time to see it. It's beautiful. The leaves are changing. We got our first frost last night. Today was actually a really good day. I worked really late. I got home at almost 10 last night. But because I worked so late, I had comp hours. And so there's girls I know from Instagram that I haven't seen in a year. And they live locally, and they were going to do a Gilmore Girls Day in Washington Depot. I actually work next door to the Hickory Stick right now. And so I was like, you know what, maybe I could take an extended lunch. I talked to my boss. I ended up being able to take all the 4 hours I worked last night and my lunch break. So I had 5 hours off during the middle of the day to go gallivanting around New England, the Connecticut countryside. We did a little Gilmore Girls tour to the Hickory Stick bookshop, Marty's Cafe, the Poe Cafe for lunch. We stopped in the Mayflower Inn, which is the inn that inspired Gilmore Girls to begin with. The author stayed there when she came up with the idea for the show. And then we went to, it was called, the Maple Bank, which is a farm in Roxbury, which I grew up in Southbury, pretty close by to Roxbury. So I had no idea this farm was actually there though. Beautiful little farm stand right on the side of the road. Gorgeous. They have pick your own apples, and the pumpkins. Just the farm store was really nice. They had all these great vegetables and jams and meat and cheese and everything. And so I was in there, and they've been around for 294 years. That's wild to me. So I saw the sign and it said 94 years, and then I moved around the corner and I saw the 2 in front of the 94, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's just really amazing, these New England farms, how long they've been around, since before the United States became a country, even a lot of them. And so I just hope they stay that way. I know things change so much, but there's certain things I just hope stay the same, and that's one of them. New England has a culture of its own, and I love that about New England, and that's one thing I hope doesn't change. I mean, I know with social media and globalization and people moving in and out all the time that cultures change, traditions change, but New England does have, I don't know, this beautiful country culture with the food, the holiday traditions, the little town squares. It's like a Hallmark movie, and there's so many things that I hope stay the same, like apple cider donuts and all the old cider mills and farms and pick your own, and the funny little traditions like Essex having the burning of the ships day with the parade and all the town parades that we have. And it's beautiful living here, and I have to remind myself of that sometimes when I get really stressed out and tired. But yeah, I have tomorrow off. Tomorrow's the big interview, and I'm feeling really hopeful. I feel the most happy and hopeful I felt in such a long time. So after my interview tomorrow, I'm actually meeting up with my friend Sarah. Last year we met up in Millerton, New York this time of year, and we're actually going to meet there again because my interview is kind of close to that area, and that's somewhat close to where she lives in New York. And so we're going to have a fun day. I think we're going to go into Millerton. I was thinking about going into Kent. But there's actually quite a few New England things I'm going to do this week and for my extended weekend. I don't know, I'm thinking about going into Chester to see the new romance bookstore, and then Old Wethersfield. I just love that town, and I haven't really gone there this time of year in such a long time. And then maybe going into Kent for a little bit, check out the bookshop and the village, the art galleries, and maybe some more farm stands. I need to get some apple cider donuts, so maybe an orchard. Maybe I'll go to March Farm and I'll get myself some apples and cider donuts, and maybe even Hogan Cider Mill and get myself some nice cider. Ooh, at the Po Cafe today, I had the most delicious caramel. It was a hot apple cider with caramel in it, and now I'm craving it. I was like, one was not enough, and so I'm wondering if I get some local cider and I put like a caramel sauce in it, I wonder if it'll taste the same. I don't know, maybe I'll have to find a recipe. Seriously though, look at all these blooms. Like, you would think it's summertime right now, not like mid-October. These are just stunning. Oh my gosh. I love this place. I like it. Yeah, but nobody likes each other.
You want to catch me at my favorite place?
The next morning, I met up with my best friend Sarah, and we had a wonderful coffee at Irving Farm. And I had tea, of course. So Sarah and I are back in Millerton.
Hi,
Round two. We were here in this exact spot last year.
What a coincidence.
Cheers. We checked out the shops, including Oblong Books, our favorite antique stores, had some lunch in the diner, stopped into Harney and Sons Tea, and then went for a walk on the trail.
I need to get my shots. She's like strolling her for the weekend.
Like, wear it enough.
But that's like a U color though.
It is.
Like I actually could see.
I'm sure they like research I did it. I had the job interview today, and then I met my friend Sarah up in Millerton, New York. Even if I don't get the job, it was still a good day, and I'm proud of myself for putting myself out there, and I think I really rocked the interview. So I have a long drive home now, though, because I'm in Millerton. So yeah, I'm gonna head back and cozy up this evening. We are in the guest room, and we're just getting like all these snuggles. I don't know what it is right now. He's just really snuggly. I was just talking to my Instagram stories, and he just wants all the love and attention. I know. Did I leave you home alone all day? Were you sad? Were you sad? He's so cute. You're so cute, Monet. Just picked up the dress from Kalani's tailor shop in Woodbury. She's my favorite tailor. Remember that dress I bought for the Anna Green Gables trip to Prince Edward Island, and it came a day after we left for the trip? Well, it was slightly tight fit, but it was like really tight in the waist to the point where it was uncomfortable. So I popped in to Kalani's tailor shop and had to bring it out, and she also repaired some of my clothes that needed some mending. Shortly after our trip to Millerton, New York, Sarah and I met up again, this time at Old Wethersfield, Connecticut, which is a beautiful historic town. I don't visit super often, and this is my first time visiting during the Scarecrow Festival. Our town, Litchfield, has a scarecrow in the meadows, and Old Wethersfield is known for their scarecrows all throughout the village. Walk with us as we take a look at some of the scarecrows all around the village. This one is.
Maybe this one will work.
There is so much beautiful New England history here, and I vowed to return again to spend more time in Old Wethersfield. Our final stop of the day was Chester, Connecticut, where we went to Montgomery and Taggart, the first and only romance bookstore in Connecticut. They just opened this autumn, and they had been only open for a couple weeks when we came to visit. we had a delicious lunch at the Pataconk Bar and Grill on the outside seating, and then we walked through the village and made a wish at the wishing booth. This is a wish booth.
What is this guy for, though? Oh, it's just a light for the...
Come in, Sarah. Do you want to come in with?
You want me to come with?
Oh man, that's
So what do you have to do?
Someplace plus the QR code above. Okay. The prompt when you pick up the phone reads a poem spoken by a local artist. I tried to record it here and I did a very bad job. But you could also look this up online, the Chester Wishing Booth. Made a wish and we sent it up into the universe. Do you hear it? I'm home and Sarah's on our way home. I took today off of work and my friend Sarah also took today off of work. Well, she had the day off. I took mine. Matt's playing video games downstairs with his brothers, so you might hear him laughing or talking really loud because I think he's winning. And they're very competitive, Matthew and his brothers. But yeah, Sarah and I went to Old Wethersfield today. Chester, we checked out the new romance-only bookshop in Chester. We made a wish in the wishing booth. And then we stopped by Trader Joe's on our way back, which wasn't exactly on the way. It was off to the side. We went to the one in Orange. Great Trader Joe's. But on Thursday, when I took that really long lunch break, and used some of my comp time, I went to the Po Cafe with a group of girls, and I had the most delicious caramel hot apple cider. So I picked up some caramel sauce from Trader Joe's and I have some cider from a local cider mill, and I'm gonna try making some hot apple cider. I'm so excited. So here we go. Here's the caramel sauce. I think this is probably gonna taste pretty similar to the cider that I had. We'll try it out. And I've got my Hello Pumpkin mug. Okay, so this is not an aesthetic video because I wasn't planning on filming any of this. This is just me very spontaneously going, I'm craving hot apple cider with caramel in it. And so I'm just making it. I literally just ran down the road to Adams Market to get more apple cider because I was out and I want to try this recipe now that I have the caramel sauce from Trader Joe's. And so yeah, this is not a beautiful video. It's not real planned. I don't even know how much caramel sauce I should use, but I'm just obsessed and excited. And yeah, this is my new favorite fall drink. Here. Okay, this is so good that it is worth a little bit more aesthetic. Oh no, my match. Come on. There we go. We light the match, light the candle. I am celebrating the little things right now. Good morning. It is a much better morning than what we had last night for evening. I'm so embarrassed. The bride had sent me a link to a cabin she rented for us, and we talked about it, and then she sent me all these other paragraphs, and then there's another link in there I didn't see. Apparently she actually didn't book the cabin, she booked a different place, the place I'm at now. So we went to the cabin last night. We went up to sign in, and the guy was like, oh yeah, the keys in the door, just go right into the cabin. We're like, great. So we go in, we load our stuff in, go out for dinner, and then we go out driving looking for the auroras, because the auroras were out last night and it was really cloudy here. So like, we'll drive like an hour south and see if we could get away from the clouds. So as we're almost to our destination, it's like 9 o'clock at night, the bride calls and was like, the hotel called and you didn't check in. We're like, oh no, we're in there. And she's like, and she goes, are you sure? They just called and said that you didn't show up. And we were like, oh no, we're in the cabin, we set up. She goes, oh no, not the cabin. Sorry, someone just came by to replenish the wood pile for the fire pit over here. I'm so tired. But yeah, I'm out here. It's a little chilly, but not as cold as yesterday. I've been reading this children's book, The Pumpkin Princess and the Forever Knight, and I'm loving it. It reminds me of why I loved reading as a kid. The fantasy adventure. Yeah, I'm just going to, I think, now that we're situated, yeah, we got back around like 10 o'clock to the cabin where all of our stuff was, right at the same time the people that actually did rent the cabin showed up. So we took all our stuff out, explained the misunderstanding, made it to the hotel, and went right to sleep. Autumn is my busy season for weddings, and this wedding I was really looking forward to. We are in Lake Placid, New York, and we're staying here on this lovely little hotel on the water. I have my own wedding photography business. I also do portraits. It's Live Lovely Photography. If you want to visit me at livelovelyphotography.com just to kind of get an idea of the type of photography I do. And it's very busy but very worthwhile, and it's one of my creative outlets. And so I hope to really grow my business in the coming year. the wedding day. The morning of, I'm out here, I had my cup of tea, and I'm out by the water. I'm just gonna read a chapter. Yeah, no, I'm photographing the wedding today. It's actually gonna be a beautiful day, a little cool, a little windy, but blue skies, gorgeous sun, beautiful autumn leaves, and yeah, there's a bonfire out here. There's ducks going by in the lake. I'm actually gonna head out a little bit early to the wedding so I could get some nice detail shots, but I wanted to have a minute to myself. My camera bags are all packed. I just need to get dressed and ready to go after a little moment to myself. It's a little breezy and I'm gonna read, but I'm almost finished reading The Pumpkin Princess and I am absolutely obsessed. So I can't wait to tell you about this book. I have so many things to share about this book.
Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden.
At the end of a very exhausting but beautiful wedding, I took a long bath in the hotel room. I don't care that this whole bathroom is a very bright yellowy mustard color. It was so relaxing and such heaven at this moment. I had tea still hot in my thermos, a candle I brought from home, and a good book to read.
Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow me. Golden, golden, golden.
Want me to be in the back on the little seat?
Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden.
The hotel we stayed at gave us some free canoe rentals, so we went for a little paddle before our long drive home.
Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things, gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
They're pretty wild.
Hello, I'm on my lunch break. my lunch break and I'm actually working from home today, thank heavens, because I've been so overworked, so overwhelmed. I got in last night. I photographed a wedding in Lake Placid, New York. It was beautiful. It was very stressful. There was a lot going on, but it was beautiful. And so I got in last night. We cozied up and watched a British TV show about little British villages. Got some rest. I'm uploading all the photos now. And as I said, I'm on my lunch break. So I am out here picking tomatoes. Look at all these. This has become my favorite part of the whole day on days I work from home, or days that I'm not working from home. I just can't wait to get into this little garden, these 4 little garden beds, and it gives me hope. Good news though is I have a job interview. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a job interview for Friday, and hopefully that'll change a lot. I don't want to be so overwhelmed all the time and so burnt out. But I'm out here in the garden. It's mid-October. It was so foggy this morning and chilly, and now it's actually starting to warm up with the sun. But I'm gonna pick the one and only cucumber that grew in the garden, because it's getting cold at night and it's gonna freeze, so it is time. And I'll show you. Take a look. There it is, the one and only cucumber that grew. It's actually a really nice cucumber. That's a beauty. So I have that one I'm picking in just a second. And then over here is the one and only acorn squash that is growing. It's a baby, so I'm gonna let it continue to grow and stay hidden here in the grass, and hopefully it doesn't get eaten. There she is. I have about a half hour left to my lunch break. I'm running inside. I'm gonna go eat something. I have photos, more of them I'm downloading and saving to my hard drive. And I'm gonna try to take a little break, because this afternoon is gonna be so much work. I've had so many meetings today. I've had so many projects. I'm gonna be working late. So there I have it, my cucumber, lots of tomatoes. We are going to be having salad with dinner tonight, and ooh, it's a little breezy.